Hey guys, and welcome back to the island. Ladies and gentlemen, last episode we worked on the walls of this room and I have since finished them. And I gotta say, it took me some time. I kept doing it wrong and I think I got it right now though. I think it looks pretty fantastic actually. I do like it. You guys liked it as well in the comments, so thank you very much for that feedback in the last episode. Not a whole lot of love went into the teddy, pirate, skeleton, what have you thing. And that's okay. It wasn't very good. I changed it out a little bit. Not sure if we'll keep it still though. I put one there as well without the eyes. Yeah, I don't know if we'll keep it. I got another idea that we may be able to do. But first, let me show you something that I've done that is the worst thing ever. I'm gonna grab some of these. So this room, we're all centered around this thing, around the beacon, right? We built the Fern Eye room, nice and centered, coming down here. Then I built the storage room, and as you can see, it's not freaking centered. And do you realize how big of an issue that really is? Think about it. This room, I can't move it. With everything that goes in behind the scenes here, it's simply too big of a project to redo all of this and move it one in. I suppose I could just do the chests, but still, only just the chests would be a massive project. So word of advice, make sure triple check when you're building a base in Minecraft that, oh, that's funny, that looked like dirt. Triple check that you are centered and that everything is looking good. Because otherwise you'll hit yourself in the face. What I'll do eventually, not now because I'm frustrated about this, but I'll actually move the Fern Eye room instead. So the Fern Eye room will have to come over one this way. I'd have to take everything apart. Unfortunately, what is... Hello? Do you see that? There's not a chest there. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I'll have to take this apart and move it one block to the right. That's gonna be a freaking project. But anyway, I only got myself to blame, so that's how it is. But I do think that this all looks very good. I like it a lot. We have one issue though, and that is that we don't have a way in and out without ender pearls. And I'm not really sure what to do about the second floor quite yet. Originally, I was planning to have some hanging bridges here. We may still pursue that. But it's very, very stony. Also for the floor, I've tried out... Disregard this, okay? Don't think that this is how it's gonna be looking. Because if you do, you're crazy. I've just been testing a little bit. Found one interesting thing. Jungle planks, as we know from Amplified Survival when we played that, works very well with dirt. But it doesn't work too well with coarse dirt, I don't think. Then I think the spruce looks better. So that's why I put this down just to test things. Also, clay, like regular unstained, orangey looking, peach looking clay looks very good with dirt, and it's a good block for like a washed out area, I suppose. Not saying that we're gonna use this. I'm just testing a little bit of different mixtures. I don't really have a creative world to do these things. I do it here. It's raining outside. So yeah. That's pretty much that room. What I was thinking instead of this face, would it be cool, and this may not work at all, but if we were to change this up quickly and not have a face here, but we would have like an indicator of what's in the room that this thing is above. So we have one of these per every like aisle. That's the Fern Eye room. And if this is the chest room or the main storage room, I was thinking you could do something like Wow, there's a lot of coal here. But this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about we don't have enough space. I'm worried about we don't have enough space. That was silly. But I'm thinking, let's just try one of these. I don't have a whole lot of blocks, but let's do that and just put one chest like that. A little bit settled. But that may look cool. We need to figure out a background. I want to have a hidden light here somewhere as well, but I can't break these. Maybe... Ooh, we could place it down here. Yeah, let's put a pumpkin there, since I don't have any glowstone with me. There we go. And I want that iron. So anyway, how rude of me. I hope that everybody's doing fantastic and good. We are still on the low side with videos, meaning that I'm still on the low side with time playing Minecraft, which sucks. It's still the same scenario as it was. Like, it's been a week since we had an episode here, which is so crazy and sad, and I'm just worried that you guys will disappear. Seriously, I am. Because I've never had this little videos since I started. But I kind of also figured that there's nothing I can do, you know. And the support in the last video when I spoke about this was really high. So I'm counting on you guys. Stick it out. and hopefully you're okay. We had 2 survival stories episodes in a row. Which I don't think I'll do again because there was a lot of hate on the last video. Or not a lot of hate, but there was some hate. Okay, I'm gonna look at that in a second. I want to grab a little bit of cobblestone because I don't think... We're not gonna work entirely on this. We're gonna do something completely different today. We're not gonna do so much building. But that looks very, very sad. Let me try to do that instead. And then... You know what? It may not be completely bad to have it at that height. And then just fill in... Because I really like the cobble in the background. The cobble in the background makes so much sense to me that I want to marry it. No, but that I want to continue to use it for a background. It's a newfound love for me, okay? Something that I haven't done before. Cobble behind smooth stone. Kind of like... Make it look like a foundation behind the smooth stone. Now we won't have a light here, but let's just try this anyway, because now it may not be needed. It looks it's a little bit sad and cute, I suppose. But it ain't terrible. Like, with a little bit more love. I like the plaininess, though, is the thing. But with a little bit more love, we can completely make this work. Let me just try this, and then we'll leave this for today. And you'll have to let me know what you think. At least it's not a teddy bear pirate this time. You gotta admit, though, it was pretty cute, right? It was decent. The teddy bear. I mean, sure, it's not like Jar, we be pirates and all that, but it was pretty okay, I think. Let's try that, and I wouldn't mind having another set of stairs. Boop. There we go. It's funny. I wanted to say this. It's funny how you can miss a game as much as I can miss Minecraft when I'm not playing it. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. One more thing. I'm sorry, I'm getting very, very, very into this now. It's a heart. It's a heart. I made a heart in Minecraft out of cobblestone with a chest in the middle. You'll have to let me know if we keep it. But yeah, it's funny how much you miss Minecraft when you don't get to play. When you're like me, you're playing this game pretty much every day, every evening when you get home from work. And then you start working till 8-9 p.m. in the evening. You get home and you're way too tired to do anything creative. And for me, it's a huge sadness when I don't get to play my daily Minecraft. But don't worry, we'll get back to it. I just wanted to kind of say that it's weird how much it can affect me. I do like that. I think that's good. We're gonna leave that like so for today. And then I was thinking, of course, over here is the mine, so we could try and make a pickaxe maybe, and a furnace, and whatever we'll have here. Today, though, we're gonna take a look at this. This was a chart that I had on that wall before, and I moved it over here for now, just temporary, have a 9x9. This is some of the dice in Minecraft, and these I want to make farms out of. We have the ink, and I want to explain myself as well. It's very important to me to have dice when I play vanilla Minecraft, because they are useful for so much, and they are a blockade, if you will, to so much things for me. If I don't have black dye, then I may end up not building a project because I needed black dye, and it's just bothering. Same with the green and the others. So eventually we'll have a source of income for all the different dyes. These are the ones that we will start with. We have ink, cacti, the purple, magenta, red and yellow. These are all from the 2 tall flowers that you can just bone meal. So these are probably the easiest way to produce, or easiest dyes to produce. Then we have the cocoa, which is brown. Which we can also make a farm out of. And I've kind of taken my time to think out some things. A squid farm we can make completely AFKable. A cacti farm we can make completely AFKable as well. The 2 tall flowers we can make completely AFKable. The cocoa farm would need to have player interaction, but we could make it AFKable, meaning that we could have like I could put my coffee mug on the right mouse button. And then I can make it AFKable. But these 2 and these 4 doesn't require any player interaction. So I think I want to try and make. I think I want to make the squid farm. Do I want to make the cacti farm first? We're gonna make one of these today. You probably already know what it is because it's probably in the title of the video. Let's go with the squid farm. Now, before we get started, we are needing to check, we need to check something, because one of the issues, I'm gonna go, can I sleep? Nah, crap. One of the issues with a squid farm is that they are reliant on spawning possibilities. Now, mobs will spawn within 128 blocks from the player. And if there are too many spawning possibilities, you can't make a farm because, well, you can, but it will never be efficient because you will get the spawns elsewhere. Basically, as I've said before, whenever you do any kind of mob farm, be passive or active, or angry mobs or neutral mobs, whatever, you want to make sure that you take care or you take advantage of all the spawning spots available. This is why you see people lighting up caves. When they do a mob farm, they light up caves around them because they don't want the mobs to spawn in the caves. They want them to spawn in their spawning system thing. Speaking about squid, there's a guy right there and he's looking extremely dangerous. He got his friend here. There are a crew here. Where am I getting with this? When I slay these squids, where am I getting with this? It's going to be problematic to do a squid farm here on the island. Okay? It's going to be very problematic. In fact, I think we may get something semi-efficient if we place it in the very center. But there's so much ocean around that will take up spawning spots. And I don't think it's going to be... I'm trying to look for a spot that looks good enough. But yeah, we have this. Water there. So basically we're looking for something where we have no water anywhere. So what I think we'll do instead, and this is of course gonna be a little bit of a hassle because ideally we'll have all the farms here in the base so that we will get passive production at all times. You know, it could actually work to put it probably maybe over here, but it ain't gonna be very efficient. Because this is like the very center. But it's, yeah, I don't know how many blocks are over there. What I'm thinking instead is that we'll go and put it in the desert. Not in the fake desert that we're building, in the desert that I'm digging out to get all the sand. I don't think I've showed you that, but there's a desert over there. So I'll head over there and I'll show you the place. The downside with doing that is that I would need to I'd need to be there. I'd need to AFK there whenever I want to produce squid or ink. Which of course is a little bit sad. Where am I going now? It's this way. Yeah. This is where I've got my villagers from, by the way. But let me head over. Let me see if I can spot out a place. It's just over this way a little bit. And then I'll come back to you. Alright, this is the desert where I've been completely wrecking the terrain, as you can see. Taking it layer by layer here. This is where I dig out all the sand that we need for the base. And I've also built this monumental thing here for the portal. I don't know, I was bored. I was digging out sand and I was like, that portal looks disgusting because it was floating midair. And then I built this thing. Have a little bed underneath. We have a chest with some magma cream. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to get a little bit of a position here together with you guys before we start building this. And I'm gonna do, actually, let's do this. Put a torch down there, put that there. Then we're gonna pillar up and have a look, because I think there isn't a whole lot of water in our immediate vicinity, if you will. And that's what we want. We want all the water to be in the farm, meaning that all the squids that can spawn within the player radius will spawn in the crap. There's water there. That's fine. All the squid that will spawn within the player radius. So I guess that's definitely within 128 blocks. Let's try head that way a little bit. I have been caving quite a bit over here. Aha. I've been caving quite a bit over here, and so I have explored it, and I thought I'd seen a good place for where we could put this. The design for a squid farm, if we talk about that for a little bit, I haven't really looked into too much, but I've made quite a few of these in the past. Like, I made the aquarium versions. I saw Cubfan, good old Cubfan, Kingdom Craft Cubfan, like a month ago or so. He built a squid farm in his Let's Play world. If you haven't seen his Let's Play world, I do recommend you go check it out. It's really cool. I like it a lot. But he built a squid farm with a very interesting design, and I think I'm going to use that design, his design, because it was very efficient. Crap, there's water over there as well! I've already explored that, by the way, and there's a village somewhere here as well over there. Okay, so water there ain't good. I suppose I'll go check over there. You know what? I think that's the village. No. You know what? I'll go find a spot for this, and then I'll come back to you. Yeah, that's how we do. Me and Mr. Pig down there have had a little bit of a discussion if this is a good place for a squid farm, and he said that he thinks it is a pretty good space for a squid farm. And look at that, no water in sight. I have my render distance at 12 blocks. There are some ponds every there and here, every here and there. But if Mr. Piggy says that this is a good place, it's probably a good place. And look at that, it is a good place. Okay, so the first thing you have to do, and the first thing I'm going to do, you can see that I've been caving here at one point as well. The portal is just over there, by the way. The first thing we need to do is take all of these water holes that you see that the pigs are drinking from, and all the... Well, you don't need to take the lava ones, but I'm going to do it anyway, probably. But you need to take all the water holes within 128 blocks of your center, and this is going to be my center right there. And you got to take and fill them in, okay? So that's going to be the very first task that I'm going to be doing. Then I'm probably going to be prepping this area. Jeez, there are spiders there now. Crap. Then I'm probably going to be prepping this area just a little bit. Digging out, measuring, and such. Hey, I actually need some ender pearls. I ran out. Can I? Thank you. What about you, buddy? Aha, thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, and then I'm probably gonna prep the area, flatten it a little bit and that. But I'm definitely go and sleep right now. I'm gonna get my bow, I'm gonna get some supplies, and I'm gonna fill in the water ponds. So I'll do that because that's kind of boring to watch, I suppose. And I don't have a fantastic story to talk about while I do this. So I'll do all this and prep a little bit. Hey, my goal is that we finish the squid farm in this episode. Okay. We get technical, we see how it works, so that you can build it in your own world if you want to. So, let me fill this in, let me do all the stuff that I said, and then I come back to you. Not a water pond in sight. Beautiful. Alright, so the next step now, I brought the beacon over here now, because now I get to dig. Squid spawn between Y level 61 and 46, and they can spawn in, and as long as there's water there, they will spawn. The water can be running, it doesn't need to be source blocks, but it needs to be between 61 and 46. So the next step to this will be to dig out a hole around this pillar, which is going to be the center, as me and Mr. Pig decided. And I'm going to dig out a 15 by 15 hole from all the way here down to Y level 30, because we're gonna need a little bit of an area to kill the squid and to pick up their loot and stuff. This now it sounds exactly like how Cub did it, because he also did it to Y level 30, but it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna get to doing that now, and then I come back. I'd like to take this opportunity while digging to congratulate my good viewer and pal, JP Miner, on his birthday. Because I believe it's his birthday today. I could have that wrong, but I don't think so. Hopefully I don't, because that would be embarrassing. But anyway, if it is your birthday, which it probably is, happy birthday, JP Miner. One day older, one day wiser. And I just tried to say something wise and failed miserably. Anyway, happy birthday. Alright, the digging is done. But it's satisfying to dig out bigger chunks. It really is when you have efficiency 5. I managed to break worker 3 though, or worker 2, which is a little bit sad considering we did that thing where we're gonna hang our retired tools. But we'll have to do something about that sometime. Doesn't really matter. It was completed. It was done for. We can make a stone variant of it, possibly. Anyway, the next step here, the reason I dug this out 15 by 15 is because it's going to be a squid farm. No, isn't because the farm itself is going to be 15 by 15. That's actually going to be 13 by 13. But I wanted to make the walls look proper, because at the moment they look like crap. Diorite and granite and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this iron that I missed. I actually got like 2.5 stacks of iron worth from this hole, which is nice. This is Y level 30, by the way. Boop. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay a layer of bricks all the way around, all the way up, just to make it a little bit uniform. And then the interior of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. So I'll get this down, and then I actually need to go and find some ice, some regular ice. We're gonna need that, so I may do that as well here off camera. But let me lay this down. That's gonna take a while, and then I come back to you. Alright, so I got all the walls filled in, and now It's looking so much better. This isn't mandatory if you want to do this farm. It's not going to raise the efficiency by some crazy method, but it sure looks better, I think. Yeah, we're never going to see it. We're actually never going to see it, probably. But, yeah, you know, it's okay. It's good. So now, the next thing we're going to do, and I think I brought a little bit too little glass. But we're going to create a grid at Y level 61, but I believe, yeah, this is 62. I mismeasured that, but you know what? That's going to be fine. That's going to be okay. It doesn't matter. As long as it's 61 or above. We're going to make a grid pattern like this, and I'm going to use glass because I think it will look coolest. Although I have to go get some more. I've also mined out some ice. I went over to an extreme hills, made a little bit of an ice patch. We're going to have... This build actually requires ice, so it's not just being lazy, not wanting to use water buckets. But that's cool. The next thing here, let me get up here again. Did I have any more cyan? I did. Good. We're going to need another grid layer that is going to be temporarily, like right over here. 43, no. Man, that was close. 47 is where we want the second one. So over here, I believe, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just place down a row like I have up there with cyan clay, just to mark it out kind of. So this is Y level 47, and I'm going to have another grid here. This one though is going to be temporary, so I'm just going to place, actually I don't actually need the, well, just to keep it uniformed, I suppose. I'm just going to use stone bricks because this will take away in a minute. And basically, what we're doing here is, do I have a little bit more? Boop. Basically, what we're doing here is creating water streams from there to down here that will be spawning the squids. So the water streams will be spawning the squids, and as I said earlier, we don't need source blocks for the squids to spawn, which is nice. So they will just spawn and they will fall and they will die down there where we need to create a collection area. So let me get these up and that one up. Then what we need to do, and if I have any blocks, the ice that I just collected, we're going to use the trick of getting a still water source block that you can do with ice. So basically what I'll do is I'll go like that probably, and then I'll place down ice there, and then another one here, etc, etc, and then basically covering all of the holes that we have in the grid. And then from there we'll melt the ice, making it a solid block. Actually, let me show you that if I can. Let's place down, I'm gonna waste 3 of these. Basically what you can do, if you have a light source, they will melt the ice, and the source block will become a still source block. A still source block. Sounds so wrong in English, but it is a Swedish explanation. Let's just see. There we go. So as you can see, it's just sitting like that, and that can actually hover mid-air, which is pretty cool, and that's what we're going to do right there to stop the water. And as long as we don't update this block, we can actually take away the torch there, but as long as we don't put any block in these 4 spots, it's going to stay put. But watch what happens if I update it. Then it starts flowing. Okay, so I got a little bit more work to do, but first of all, I need to go get some glass. And I'll place down the things that we just talked about, I suppose. And then we're pretty much done with the whole spawning squid. Can I? Ah, crap. That was close. Then we're pretty much done with the... Stop it. Oh my goodness. Wow, that scared the crap out of me. Then we're pretty much done with the squid spawning part of this farm. Alright, I got all the holes plugged. That sounds so bad. That sounds so wrong. I got the holes plugged down there anyway, so basically we have the holes and then the ice underneath them. The next step now is that we can go ahead and do this, I think, hopefully. Excuse me. What on earth? Isn't there supposed to be water there? Maybe not next to glass, huh? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Hold on. This we need to investigate right now. Let's create a water. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That is strange. Breaking ice. Oh, it's because there's nothing underneath it. I'm stupid. Okay. I'm gonna collect all of this. This was hard to gather. Anyway, as you can see what we're doing now, that's what we're doing now. As you can see what we're doing now, this is what we're gonna do. Basically, the water is gonna float down and it's gonna stop on the ice blocks. And the ice blocks will be those floating source blocks in just a minute. I'm gonna melt them all with some glowstone. And then we should start to see squid spawning, and hopefully, depending on how much water I've missed in the area and depending on how many pockets of water there are underground, but hopefully we'll get pretty good rates over here. All right, time has come to melt the ice. It's going to be important that we don't place them in the update spot, so we can't place them there, the glowstone I mean, because when we then break the glowstone, bad things is going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and place them in a pattern like this, and that should melt all of them. Actually, I probably won't need them this close. No, look at that. But look at how cool that is. That's looking weird from the underneath. Water just hanging midair. And then once this is done, we should be able to go ahead and break. Oh yeah, I shouldn't need this much. Once this is done, we should be able to break the stone brick pattern that we have. And once that is done, squids will fall from the sky. All right, nice. Everybody is melted. All the ice blocks have now turned into these. Fan-frickin-tastic. Now it's time to break at a platform, the grid system. And the reason we break that, by the way, is of course because we want to make way for the squid's fat bodies to fall down. They ain't fat, they're just a little bit big boned. Okay, so I made a ladder here. Woohoo! I made a ladder so we can get in and out of the farm. We're gonna link this up to, oh look at that, already some ink sacks here. Okay, so real carefully we should be able to break every single block here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we need to of course make some kind of collection system, but we won't have time for that today. I think we're way over time. If I'm not good at editing this, we're gonna be at around 45 minutes by now, which is a little bit sad. But that's fine. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. We'll just before I quit the video entirely, I want to see the rates here. But as you can see, already some squids are starting to, or ink sacks are starting to rain down on this platform. So I think it's going to be very, very good. You could also go ahead and, like the normal method that I've seen and that I've used in the past, is creating a big aquarium tank and then let the squids swim to the side. And I think in 1.9 they will increase the swimming to the sides of the squids. I don't know though, it's something that I heard. But what you could do is stop the water with signs instead of doing this. But this looks way cooler. Is there? Okay, is that everyone? Everyone. Yeah, look at that. That's looking pretty fantastic. Okay, so we should start to actually get quite a bit of squid falling down, but we don't. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Stupid idiots. Okay, so there's definitely like this can be way more efficient than this. We are a little bit too close. I think that they won't spawn within 24 blocks. So at the moment we're blocking half of the farm. But still, it can be very, very much more efficient than this. Let me go AFK for 3 minutes because I need to be able to pick it up. I'm gonna go sleep and I'm gonna go AFK for 3 minutes just so we can get an understanding of how much ink we'll actually get. And I'll step 25 blocks away as well so that we get maximum spawning out of this. Alright, so it's been about a minute, not 3 minutes. And now let's go see if we've got any ink. We should have. I don't have any in my inventory. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty efficient. This is probably gonna suffice. I'm thinking what we can do, because we need to be 25 blocks away. That is 47, 46 where they end. So if we go down to... Well, we can't be at Y level 1. Did I do that math right? Yeah, I probably did. Now, we're gonna have to build like the collection system into the wall here. And then some kind of nether portal to get ourselves here. But I think this is pretty cool. And I want to thank Cubfan for showing this build in his Let's Play world. I think it's much cooler than the previous ink farms that I've built. I actually have another episode, like a 2-year-old episode on my channel where I do build a squid farm. Jeez, I'm not going to be able to get out of here. But look at this. We're getting insane amount of ink here. This will definitely suffice. You know what we could even consider in the future? We could even consider moving this farm to the island. It's not going to be as efficient, and I wanted to make it here to see how efficient it can be. It's not going to be as efficient, but it will be there and it will be loaded all time when I'm there. Because remember, mobs, they don't work. It doesn't matter if the chunk is loaded. The mobs won't spawn unless the player is nearby. Oh yeah, I also capped this with a glass thing, so now you can walk on top. I think that looks super cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Crap! And if you have, be sure to hit the like button down below. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next episode.